103. The meeting is being broadcast live this evening, and I need to ask if anyone will be rebroadcast, so I need to know if anyone else is recording the meeting. All right, our first hearing isn't scheduled until 7:15, so we can't start until then for the hearing, but we wanted to take up the minutes.
Sure. Under 710, Masad Valley LLC, second paragraph. The end of the last sentence, they request to continue the hearing. It's redundant.
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah, let me see. Okay. To this date. Now they continued to April 9th, and now they're asking to continue again. Does that sound?
Well, if that's the case,
I guess I maybe just.
If that's the case, then I think it needs to say that.
Okay. Stated they had continued to this date in order to inspect the replication area.
Right, but then they requested another continuance.
Okay. Another, okay. Stated again to continue the hearing. Okay. Do you want to look at 9 and then
Sure.
we can just make any changes?
Can you find the one?
On 715, Christopher Carizzi.
Yeah.
Just it's the fourth line from the bottom. I motion that the board grants.
Okay.
So that's just an extra S that's not needed.
All right.
On 11 Bridge Street, page 3.
Yeah.
Second sentence, I think you want to say she phoned without a date.
Okay.
That's all I've got.
Good otherwise to me.
All right, then is there a motion?
Move to accept the meeting minutes for April 9, 2014 as amended.
I'll second that.
Okay, is there any other comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Will not be 7:15. Let's see here. Oh, did you two go on a site visit on Saturday?
We did.
Oh, how was it?
12:20.
We
Did you go with Bill Clarity?
We did. And we looked at the detention basin, which is huge. It's going to be real big.
Yes.
And it's not done, but it's well on its way to
It's
being.
functional and it's, yeah.
Hello.
It needs a
Hello.
finishing touches.
I mean, there is, while we were there, we actually saw groundwater going into the detention basin. You know, the structures are, I think, mostly in place. They still have to finish it. They have to rip wrap it. They have to also put in some wetland vegetation. They're going to wait, I think, until it's more hospitable for one thing.
Yeah.
The grading, there's some more grading that needs to be done. He indicated that when they first went in there, there was a huge amount of construction debris.
Yeah.
And they had actually heard that a lot of it had come from the old Worcester jail. And,
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said. And so they removed
A lot of rebar and stuff in
rebar
there.
and concrete. He said some of the concrete, there were pieces of concrete, as big, maybe half the size of this table. A lot of rebar. They didn't remove all of it. They pulverized a lot of it. There was still some on site, but not nearly as much as it had been. And so it's, they're not going to be finished. They believe that, we tried to pin them down when they thought it might be completed. And I think they said for the drainage, they expected the drainage, or about 95% of the drainage, to be completed by the end of the year.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And they said, I think in general, the project 95% complete by the end of the
By
year.
the
If they
end of
don't
the
run
year.
into different things.
Yeah.
Weather dependent, of course, I suppose.
And utilities and whatever
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, exactly.
No
But yeah,
slowdowns for utilities.
That detention basin, and then they did say that the original plan called for
Oh, two
dredging
pipes.
behind Club 99. And what they've determined was that they're probably not going to do that because this detention basin has such a huge capacity that the amount of water has been reduced behind Club 99 that used to flood a lot. It's a much smaller area now. So, and they had a big rain event recently. So their theory is that it should be able to buffer anything sufficiently so that it kind of drains it out in a
So that,
controlled way.
so that detention basin, when you're heading down the hill, on the left there behind that,
It's sort of behind
Where
that-
the
the
old-
antique, the
Like Tom's
antique
Collectibles,
shop.
right behind there.
behind there.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a big, like a stadium. It's almost like football field size.
You could easily
Oh,
put
my.
a hockey rink in there.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
my.
probably bigger than a
But,
hockey rink
but
and deep.
they're also, the plan called for putting in pipes in the pond, or the area behind the 99, and
Lot
they've
of
made
dredging.
a determination that the wetland impact would be actually greater and more.
Because they have to have machines in there if they want to do that, and it
Yeah.
was really.
It would have more of an adverse impact than if they didn't do anything. And so I think what he's talking about is, and I suggested, well, if you're going to change the plan that you submitted to us, you need to let us know. And so they're going to talk to their designer, but I think we'll see there'll be a change indicating that they're not going to go through with that aspect of the
Okay.
project.
Now, did you see any issues with erosion?
No,
No.
I really didn't.
Okay.
I mean, it's not complete, but no, it really didn't. So I mean, it's clearly it's not completed, but they're well on their way to finishing it, and just I think the benefit from that detention basin is going to be it's very apparent.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna
mean,
handle a lot of
there's no
drainage.
way you're going to flood Route 20.
Yeah.
This thing
that's
is
good.
huge.
Then do you want to lift that enforcement order that's been sitting
No.
there? You want to leave it there?
Yeah, I think so. Wait until the project is more or less complete, and then we can lift it. I mean, they're clearly, it's not like, we've stopped or the effect of the enforcement order was to suspend work. I mean, they're just proceeding, and I think, we'll just keep it in place, and then once everything is done, they tell us we can make a final inspection at that point. We can go ahead and lift it.
But did they drive you around in the end again?
Yeah, well,
It was mainly the detention
it was
basin area.
primarily the detention basin that
Well,
we
that's
checked
good.
out.
Yeah, because that was the area where there were complaints about erosion issues.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it,
No.
okay. Well, that's good. That's good. All right. So it sounds like it went well. Now we just have these other site visits we need to tend to.
Yep.
We still have a couple minutes, so, do we want to try to do some site visits or get the rest of these done
Sure.
for the next meeting?
If we can get some people to go with us.
Because we were going to, I guess we tried to do the 1220 by itself because it was such a big. How long are you guys out there?
45 minutes.
It's a little longer than that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Something like that. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, we talked in the parking lot, the 99 that we went over there, so I'd say probably total about an hour.
Okay. All right. So we have a few more. It seems like we have a couple other things that will come up too, but the Hill Street, Prospect Street, and the 33 Appleton Road have been hanging around all winter. Magna Vista Lane too, I think. So maybe if we could get those three taken care of.
Glenn Grabowski called me about the Hill Street, Prospect Street. He was concerned that they were filling there and spreading the fill, and then they had trenched it. He was just stating his concerns.
Was that today?
No, Monday last week.
Okay. So we need to get out there.
So I told them it was on the agenda for you folks to do a site visit. We're just waiting for better weather.
Which is here now, so. And then we have Bridge Street and William Street.
That was new 2-3 William Street tree cutting. Apparently they're doing some, constructing some homes down there. And I guess they just went and totally treed the lot and,
Where's William Street?
is it between Bryn Mawr Ave, I'm thinking, and Oxford Street? In that vicinity, down nearer, the church, I think in that area.
I think you're
It's
right.
not too far from, Park Street.
Yeah,
Street.
Park is down there.
Do you know who the developer is?
No, but I can find out.
Okay.
Park Street.
Oh, yeah, Williams runs parallel to Laurel.
Yeah, the
It's on the other side
Oh,
of
no.
Oxford Street.
Are there any wells over there?
Well, it's Dark Brook
Supposedly.
behind
Ah.
town,
Uh-huh.
but,
Aren't there some condos there?
yeah, further up towards Marie Street and Stoneville.
I wonder if we have jurisdiction though.
Address again?
2.
2-3.
Well,
does
I
that
don't
mean,
know
like,
if
street
the
building
house
two?
numbers, yeah, I guess.
The house
yeah.
number's 2-3?
Well, they might be I don't know if it's a lot or a house number, to be quite honest
Here's
with
two
you.
back
This
by
is
the
a
intersection.
subdivision plan.
That's even farther away.
Yeah, that's really far away from Dark Brook.
Oh, yeah.
Where
Yeah.
I mean, unless there are wetlands in that area, it wouldn't be jurisdictional for us.
did they note anything on this plan here?
There's a pool across the
No,
street.
nothing, just that's like a construction existing, and then they made out these two lots. I don't know if that was part of the Form A or if it's some.
That is a vacant lot. It appears right at the foot of the street.
Oh. Yeah,
These people abut this lot. She said
Mhm.
they just totally stripped all the trees out.
Yeah, but again, just because
Yeah.
they do that doesn't mean we
Yeah.
have
Well,
jurisdiction.
there was some water, she said, I'm not quite sure.
Okay,
Well,
show
unless
me.
it's flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't
The one
tell
I
from this
know
imagery
is
whether
Oxford.
there's a
Those
channel
fields.
or anything.
Yeah.
Underneath the tree.
It's
Yeah.
underneath the trees? Oh, okay.
I don't know, I never went up there,
Well,
so.
who was the person that complained? And they lived right next door?
The Burnett's,
See if you can
they've
find
lived there for like 30 years, they said, and now they came in and just wiped it out, trees, it was all dirt flying, so it was kind of a Board of Health issue. Passed it on to them because of all the dust and stuff, because they just totally stripped the lot, left all the stumps, but just went in there, and totally treed it.
And
Again, where's the wetland?
See if you can find out who the developer is.
Okay.
Do you know whether the Board of Health has been there?
I don't. I'll check with that too.
Okay. All right, 7:15, so I'll call the hearing on, we have a hearing on the agenda for 7:15 for a request for determination of applicability for David and Jessica Markowitz at 20 Jade Hill Road relative to tree cutting on their property. Is there a motion to open the hearing?
So moved.
Is there a second?
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so voted. The hearing is open. Mrs. Markowitz, would you like to come up to the table and explain the project?
I should point out, that's not our house.
Oh,
Yeah,
But
If you're willing to let them have
Google
that,
Maps is
no problem.
frequently,
They'll take it.
yeah,
This is way at the corner.
Google Maps
Yeah.
is frequently not. So here,
Right there. That's it. To the right. Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
thank you.
that's way off.
Yeah,
Oh, it was close, it was in the right neighborhood.
Yeah,
that's probably why the abutters list was off too, if that's what they have in this.
I don't think they use that. But, no, I think she went too far.
Oh,
That's what's the issue.
okay. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about what you want to do?
Three trees that are, I'd say 3/4, if not 3/4 of the way dead. They're almost there. And they're looking at our house, the left-hand side, and just not in good shape at all, and need to come down before they come down on their own, which they've already started doing in some capacity.
What kind of trees are there?
Dead ones.
Okay, aside from the fact that you said they're dead,
Oaks, maybe? I'm assuming they're oaks.
They're.
Says oak on the
Yeah,
paperwork.
I believe that all three are oaks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they must be fairly big, right?
Top
Yeah.
Notch Tree Service came in and looked at them
Yeah.
for me and said that they pose imminent danger to the power lines going down to my house.
They're in between the two properties.
Okay.
His driveway it's not on the map.
Alongside of it.
Yeah.
Well, it is on the map.
Oh, it
It's
is,
just under
it's
the
just, it's under the
trees.
trees.
Kind of like the water in the last
Kinda
part.
Those pesky trees.
Oh, yeah. I love them. I don't listen to the pike because of them.
And a good buffer.
Yeah, they are.
So are you gonna have you're gonna have a tree company come in to remove them?
Hadn't gotten that far I mean, I know he's had someone come out and take a look at them and get an estimate, but before we could even get to that point, we had to see what you guys said.
I'm not familiar with the area, I don't know what it looks like, but...
Well, she had come in before for some other trees to remove there. Remember she wanted the pool?
Yeah, I knew I knew that
Yeah.
the name was familiar. I'm
Yeah.
like, 20 Jade Hill.
So I think
This
she
is
removed
on the other
three.
side,
Yeah.
this is along the border of the house and the driveway. And they're like in a straight line.
you know,
Yeah, it looks like,
it occurred to me though, if the trees pose a threat to the utilities, why wouldn't National Grid come in or someone like that come in if they were put on notice?
Because they're on private property,
Yeah,
maybe?
they're on private property.
There's one that's up front, the one that right in front of your mailbox.
Right.
And the very top of that one is also dead, but that one literally is right, it's like entangled in the power lines. And so that would have to be National Grid. They'd have to be the ones to come in and deal
That
with
would be
that.
National Grid, but
Yeah,
probably the third one that she's talking about is over 100 feet off the road.
yeah.
I mean, I know that National Grid has come in, they've pruned trees of mine, even though they're out clearly on my property, they will prune the trees so that they don't get entangled in the power lines. I mean, I don't know if that's something you've considered, but could save yourself some money that way.
pruning but they want to remove the whole thing.
No, I understand that, but maybe they will,
Well,
extra
actually,
step.
that's what Top Notch said.
That was the
He
one that National
suggested,
Grid would have to.
he suggested
handle.
at about
And then
15 foot,
There's
cut them to about
Totally
15
dead.
feet and leave,
like 3/4,
That-
if
that
not more.
Leave the trunk.
right.
3/4.
To at least, relieve the possibility of it coming
It's not
down.
in.
Oh, well, okay.
It's not. It's
She
literally
mentioned
gonna
something
be-
about, there was another,
It's gonna be like right here.
there was another tree behind her house too. Was
Yeah.
there was another one?
There's another one that's directly behind.
Is that where you've got 4 marked on here?
Well, the one up front, that's on the front near the road, that's National Grid would have to do that one. Because it's literally, the boughs are like in the power lines. But yeah, the one in the back is also from like, I'd say halfway up, it's dead. There's no foliage on it.
So you're planning to cut, are you gonna leave the tree stumps? You're gonna cut it low to the ground?
Doesn't matter to me one way or the other. I just don't want them toppling over, which is what we're dealing with now.
Which is what I don't want either, because one of them already came down and opened up enough of a path where I want to try to keep as many things standing there as possible that are alive.
I don't know if the property might actually be owned by Dennis. Does he own?
The tree that came down?
No, the tree on the driveway.
Which
No,
one?
you own the trees on the driveway.
Along your
that side of
driveway?
the wall.
Yeah, I know,
on
but
your
I
side of
didn't
the
know that, yeah, then they are mine. There's also someone across the street who owns.
Oh, yeah, there's, Dennis Bronzo is also
Kind of.
part of this.
But not really.
He's probably in
Are you
Florida.
gonna be able to get a truck in there to take it down?
The ones on the driveway are easy.
Right.
A bucket truck can handle
I'll
it.
look at the ones in the back.
There's only one in the back and that would have
One in
to
the
be
middle.
climbed
Yeah, he
and,
said he'd have to, if
Drop
he
it.
did it, he'd have to climb it, which he's capable of.
Okay.
Climb it and top it, bring it down that way.
So they wouldn't have to bring the truck out.
no.
Okay.
Like I said, I mean, my only interest in this is my power lines and this fourth tree that she's talking about. If it comes down, if it goes my way, it clears the path. If it goes her way, it hits her house.
And
So it's gotta go.
Oh, this one.
this one.
Oh, that one, okay.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Dan? No? Okay.
Move to close.
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No voting, the hearing is closed. Do you want to render a decision?
I do. It would move to issue a negative determination of
Second.
applicability.
Okay. Is there, oh, there was a second, Mr. Olson?
Yeah.
Okay, is there any discussion on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so we'll be sending you out a determination of applicability. Basically, it's going to say, yes, it's subject to the Wetlands Protection Act and the bylaw, but based on what you've presented, you don't have to file a notice of intent.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so that'll be issued, I don't know, tomorrow or first of the week.
Oh, that one
It was
is
mine.
yours.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thanks a lot.
Sheila, do you have a signature page? Have a nice evening.
Good night.
Take care.
You too. Here you go, Chuck. See? I guess they had the groundbreaking for the middle school last Thursday. I didn't hear anything about it, but
Was broken.
yes.
They were able to break ground.
That whole
They
thing.
have
Put it back together.
quite a bit of work already underway.
Conservation issue.
Groundbreaking seems a little after the fact, but
So you're going to be off the next meeting, correct? Okay.
Cannot be here.
no, I'm
Alright.
sorry. Is the next meeting the meeting that Diamond is continued until?
No, they're coming
No,
in.
they'll be
The second meeting,
maybe, yeah.
okay. Okay, so getting back to
Thank
the
you.
site visit. Do you guys want to try to schedule something? What do you want to do?
Well, I don't know.
We thinking about this weekend? I'm here this weekend, I'm away next weekend.
You're working this weekend. Well, then if Dan's gonna be around, then we should try to do it.
Okay, we'll just wait. I'm not going to be available for the next several Saturdays
Uh-huh.
through the elections.
Ah,
Me either.
This weekend is the 26th, Saturday.
That's right,
yeah.
Saturday.
26, 27.
Heritage at 8?
All right, so you're going to go Saturday?
We'll try.
Okay.
I'm committed.
All right, so you're going to
That
try
should
to
work.
hit Hill and Prospect?
The 26th then, right?
Yes.
And maybe, if we feel ambitious, maybe go to Lambridge Street and also William Street.
Okay.
But I have to admit, I'm not sure I remember the issues for Hill Street and Magna Vista Lane.
Right, it's been a long
Hill,
time.
Hill Street and Prospect Street is right at the corner of the two streets.
Right.
And the complaint that I got months ago was that there was tons of fill being brought there, left,
It's all been spread.
and spread into what were wetlands.
Okay.
And now Mr. Kowalski has filed the same complaint.
And wasn't that one that someone had said something about that like it's springs?
I don't know.
Springs there.
Like Rusty Springs?
Like,
No, not
Or
that
like
kind of
water
spring.
springs?
okay, well, we can look at that. How about Magna Vista Lane?
Enough to give me the
Oh,
Hill
Magna
Street
Vista,
blues.
that was a neighbor complaining about another neighbor. I think I have that email here.
Yeah, we need an address.
Um,
Email.
I mean, street entrance. Wise guy.
It's not
Yep,
their
yep, yep.
jurisdiction. Figure it out.
Maybe you could send that to me.
I was gonna say, you can,
Yes.
we can
I
just
think it's
email.
1 or 3 or something like that.
Yeah, I think
so-
it is too, it's right at the very beginning.
Yeah.
I think it's 1 complaining about 3.
The NSA has jurisdiction over your email address.
It's true.
Okay, so we'll see what we can get accomplished with that. The enforcement order on 1220, you want to leave in place for right now.
Yes.
Okay, we already took care of the minutes from the last meeting. The next meeting is on May 14th. Is there anything else?
Nope.
Wow.
And is there a motion to adjourn?
It is 1 magna,
One magnificent.
Yeah.
Thank you. Move to adjourn.
1 magnificent.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Thank you.